Hi, Yvette. Hi, I'm Isabel from the upcoming. It's lovely to speak to you today, and
Hi, Yvette.
congratulations on this fantastic second series. Um,
Thank
so, as we head into the second series of Shape Island, can you kind of describe the show, maybe for people that are coming into it for the first time, and kind of what it offers audiences?
Yes, first of all, it's so nice to meet you. Thank you for making the time for me to talk about this wonderful show. So Shape Island is a show about three shapes, a circle, a square, and a triangle, and they're all very different, and they have to learn how to get along and celebrate each other's differences. And I'm the narrator, so I spend the 30 minutes or however long the show is each episode describing what they're going through, describing what they're feeling, and sometimes I add a little commentary. So this is our second time around, and we have 8 wonderful episodes dropping in 100 plus countries all on August 29th, and I'm super excited.
Brilliant. So, what was the appeal of kind of taking on that role as narrator? And because it's quite a solitary kind of role as well, you're probably in the green screen quite a lot of the time. How do you make it so authentic and so you do a brilliant job in it? And what have you enjoyed about going on that journey?
You know, I love voiceover. It's my favorite type of acting. I've been blessed to, do television on camera and film and all that. But something about voiceover is just you and that mic in a booth. And sometimes you're blessed to work with your other actors. And so Shape Island is like a warm hug to me. Like I feel like the narration is like, okay, we're going to go down this hill. It's almost like ASMR, or the kind of thing you could listen to as you're about to take a little nap. So that's what drew me, just the idea of being able to create this little warm environment for these three shapes to have their adventures. So that was what got me in.
Oh, and I love the way, I don't want to give too much away, but the first episode of the series is very much focused on you as a
Yeah.
narrator, which is really unusual because you're the one usually telling the story and then it's
Yeah.
the story about you. How did you find that?
I was first of all very surprised to know that there would be a narrator centric episode because I was just happy talking about circle, square, and triangle and what they were getting into. And then I got the script and I'm like, oh my goodness, I get to have an adventure myself. And so it was really exciting. And you don't want to be the weak link. I'm like, please let this episode be as fun as when the shapes are doing what they do, So it was really exciting. I think it's the first one out. I think it's 201 of the 8 that we have. So it's pretty exciting.
How do you think that the shapes represent diversity?
Oh my goodness. In so many ways. So Square is very serious. He takes everything very seriously and he wants everything to be perfect, dot every I, cross every T. Circle is more ethereal. She's more like the mother nature, the heart of the show, and just trying to be kind and teach people how to be good and all that. And then Triangle's a little tricky. Triangle is gets a little irate at times. He's always in a lot of shenanigans, and they're all voiced by Harvey Guillen is our wonderful Square. Gideon Adlon is our beautiful circle, and Crazy Scott Adsit is our triangle. And so they basically have a bit of every type of personality trait that you either have in you, love in you, hate in you, whatever the thing is. And the show tries to teach you to just love your differences and to love the differences in others and find a way to have even ground.
Aw, and I think you yourself come across as a very joyful person, and this show is so full of that kind of feeling. So, what do you think are sort of maybe some of the moments or episodes that kind of stood out for you?
Oh my goodness. There's one, well, of course, the narration. I hate to be that person, but the narration one is really great. There's also a really great episode coming up where we meet another person on the island. There's a little frog that shows up on the island and all the ballyhoo and mayhem that happens because of the frog. So, but I think the core value that I think is in each episode, the values in each episode is just learning how to accept yourself and to accept others and realize that it's the things that are different about us are what make us great. Of
Yeah.
course, the show is based on the Shapes book by Barnett and John Klassen, and those were just hugely successful books. And so to be able to create a show that follows those stories is really amazing.
Yeah, and I think also it opens up the conversations between the parent and the child because there's so many morals and situations the characters face. You go through things like guilt and
Yeah.
acceptance. And do you think that's one of the things that makes this show so unique?
Absolutely. It's funny. I don't have children, so I watched the show as an adult, and I learned things as an adult because the idea of being able to accept others is not something that children just need to learn. We're learning in this world. We all need to be able to see someone that doesn't look like us or move like us or love like us and realize that they're a human being too, and they deserve our respect and our love. And so I think that it's really important for this show to exist, not just for parents to teach their kids, but for the adults to kind of learn, well, I could do better in that too. Maybe I'm not as kind or as understanding as I could be, you know?
Yeah, I think it's quite slow moving as well, actually,
Mhm.
comparison to a lot of things that are out there at the moment. It's
Absolutely.
not so ADHD manic. It's
Yeah.
quite slow and
Yeah.
purposeful, and
Absolutely.
I really like that about it.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the sort of stop motion and what it was like sort of working with Mac and John Klassen as well?
You know, it's funny. We do the recording so far in advance that by the time you see what they've created, your mind is blown. So I think we recorded this, it might have been like 2 years ago we recorded these episodes, and it took that long to create this beautiful world with the stop motion animation, because it's bit every movement, every eye movement, every time the shape shifts or something in the background shifts, that's a shot, and that's a shot, and that's a shot, and then they have to put it all together to make it look like it's the shapes are moving and the leaves are blowing. There's a In the trailer you see all of the shapes doing like cannonballs into a pile of leaves. And every time one of those leaves does a little bit of this, that's one shot. So it takes a long time to do this, and it's great artisans have created this world.
Oh my goodness. Do you think that if this is a success, that we will probably see a season three? Do the
Oh,
books extend that far, by the way?
oh,
I'm not
I
quite
mean,
sure.
these stories could keep going forever because it's just stories about nature and
Mm.
building community. It's like we could create 1,000 different stories. I would love to do a season three. I don't have one to announce, but if they wanted me back to narrate again, I absolutely would say yes.
And as yourself going forward in the rest of your career, what else are you up to yourself?
You know, it's funny. I'm in the first season of my, if in a very long time where I don't have a proper on-camera series. So I've been having fun popping in, doing some guest star roles on other shows, and it's nice to meet new people and to be in front of new network executives and go, "Hey, I'm available if you need me." So that's been the season that I'm in. I've got a Lifetime movie coming out, also. So I've just been kind of bopping around doing some fun things.
And what do you hope that viewers will take away when they watch this series? What do you kind of hope for?
I hope that they will see Shape Island as a respite. Like whatever loud and crazy and chaotic is going on in the world, I hope they find their way to Shape Island and they just kind of go, ah, and just visit the island and the shapes and listen to the narrator tell you what's going to happen and just walk away with a greater understanding of that we're more alike than we're different and we're better together. That's what I hope people get.
What do you think you yourself as a person have learnt going on this journey and listening to these amazing stories? And that obviously it's about nature as well. So you must have
Yeah.
learnt some stuff.
Yeah, I've learned to take a break and to breathe. I think that we're in a world where everything is like run, run, hustle,
Mm.
build, amass. And I think that a sweeter life is just, sitting down on a porch and sipping some lemonade and letting a breeze hit you every now and again. And I think Shape Island lives in that space, that sweet space of just breathing for a minute. And it's okay to take a little bit of rest, you know?
Yeah, I agree with you. Oh,
Yeah.
listen, thank you so much for speaking to me. It's such a
Oh, it's been so
pleasure. I
great.
loved it, surprisingly, as a kid thing, but it's so lovely. Thank you very much.